Alright guys, is everybody super hyped? Super hyped for Broken Arrow? So hyped right now. Wow, incredible. Alright guys, is everybody super hyped? So nice, I say it twice. So yeah, this is our sort of monthly get together where they reveal, they do a an announcement of an announcement of an announcement of an announcement. You know you love it. You should know what you're in there for now. So yeah, yesterday they released a development diary to talk about the PTE. Um, it was very poorly written and didn't make a lot of sense. But while you're waiting, if you want to watch that, you can find that here, right? So we went through the PTE. Let's get that link for you. And then today there's a live stream. Rage bait. Rage bait. No, come on, bro. It's a really good. I'm not rage baiting. I'm just interacting with the community. I'm not rage baiting. I'm a good person. So for those of you who aren't aware, let me try and get that up. So I've been making some posts on so basically there's a guy who has been he's been making memes on the Broken Arrow subreddit, and he's just been putting his watermark there. I don't really have a problem with that, right? He's trying to grow his YouTube channel or whatever. He is banned on this YouTube channel because he just kept linking to his videos in the comments. But yeah, people have been getting mad at him, right? So oh, did I upvote that? Whoops, my bad. So I made a post saying, I don't think it's fair really that they're going in on him like that. Made some more posts as well. So I was just pointing out that these guys have released one DLC in almost a year now, and Broken Out Wardo's released 24 divisions in the same time. I actually went and counted them. How much time have we got left? 43 seconds. I actually went and counted them, and people responded reasonably strongly to that. Actually, 291 positive, right? That means that's more likers than haters. And then, and I don't know, that was some comment. And then a lot of people were saying in the comments that there are all the units are copy paste, and there are a lot of copy pastes. So I went and counted the number of units, or there's a way you can check quite easily on Wado using the filters. They've added 1,394 units since Broken Arrow came out. They're not all copy paste. A lot of them are, but how many, right? And Broken Arrow added 50 from the campaign. So people they can think what they want to think. They might be positive about it. They might be negative. I will not be silenced, and neither will this guy.
Happy to be back on my tea time chair. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. So hello everyone. I guess you know my face, so I don't have to introduce myself. Today we're going to have a focus on Broken Arrow, of course, as the title of the live stream goes. We're going to give you a sort of an understanding of where we are, what we're working on, what Steel Balalaika is working on, what is the future, immediate future plan for stuff to come out. So without further ado, let's introduce our guest today.
Oh, good job. It is.
Nikita Hilitin. Hello, Nikita.
Oh, it's a different guy. It's not Flix.
First time
it's not
on
Flix.
the live stream, right?
Yes, correct.
I mean, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Nothing bad happens. It's all on written words in the chat, so don't worry about anything.
I'll try to handle.
Nikita, I'm just going to
extensive selection of hentai games. What?
Recap of what has been happening in the last few months, so that you can, take us through this. So the first thing mentioning was the Baltic Battalion release. We have been seeing very positive.
These are my installed games, bro.
DLC. It's kind of sort of gave new life to the community as well. Strong infantry, variety.
It is tough.
Modern.
I don't want to talk over it too much. Sorry if I don't say much. It's just he is speaking, and I don't want to talk over him like I'm doing right now. So.
What's like the key feedback you got from Baltic
I feel
Battalion?
wholesome already.
What are the key things that you learned from it?
Well, I would say that for us it was like small release recap. We didn't had that much of attention after the release, so I think it was very positive. Players were really happy that we have brought quite a bit of content, of a new content to the game, and we are very encouraged by their feedback. So yeah, we really have seen the impact it brought to our community, and we consider this DLC as really a small one. From our point of view, it didn't brought that much of a content that we want to bring with every DLC. So I would say that we were really happy by the feedback of the community.
Yeah, it was very good because it was also smooth, so it wasn't a big impact in the workload as well. Because and after this, it's all planned, but of course, after this,
Gotta
the
take
idea
your
was
notes,
to sort
bro.
of try and test the balancing of the game a bit more. So we've done the PT, and again, what was
can't
the
hear it.
impact of the PT within a community? Of course, a larger impact both in terms of number of players, because we've seen the number of players going up, and also a lot of feedback coming through that.
Look, it's NBK.
Well,
I wonder what he said.
PT initially in the first days, it brought really a lot of attention to it. We've seen a spike of online on this experimental branch, as we still see it as an experimental. So yeah, right now it has a steady interest every day. I would say that around 1/3 of all players are playing PT branch like every day.
Okay, so 1/3 and 2/3 are on the sort of the main branch.
Roughly yes. Roughly yes.
Okay. Is that a number you were expecting? Was it surprising?
I think that we initially expected a bit more, but well, we knew the drill. We knew that it has some like it's a bit difficult to reach to the PT branch and not very convenient for the probably the majority of players. But yeah, it has some interest, and
There are a lot of stupid people
especially
around, aren't
from
there?
the let's say more demanding part
Thank
of
you,
our community
Firelights.
that we are that we hear, and we want to give them the experience they are looking for.
Yeah, it's interesting because one of the key factors of having such a big community of players, because there's literally thousands of players playing the game every day and interacting with the game experience, is that you have such a wide variety of opinions and views and needs as well. So it's very hard to balance between what actually have to go into the game, what is a thing that maybe only a small portion of the community wants. And I think that's really how the PT is helping making these informed decisions on what will help the game grow in the future. Based on the PT, there's going to be a gameplay patch coming now. So can you tell us a bit about that and how we're planning to deploy it?
I love Broken Arrow.
Okay, yeah. Well, first things first, we will bring features from the PT. So many of the features are going to be implemented in the default in the current production version of the game. It will also bring some rebalance and reconfiguration of the units and game configs. It will not bring all of the, let's say, PT specific changes
I got
to
some
the vanilla
points,
branch.
guys.
So we are still testing. PT still remains as our alternative version, as our testing ground to test new features. So we will continue expanding PT with updates, probably with some features, and see how it goes in the upcoming months. And yeah, that's the plan.
In terms of the split, what's the plan? Is it? I mean, one of the things we were discussing, in our recent calls is that where the community is split, it's actually
That was a
about
waste.
the split of the PT and the main branch. There's
Yeah.
going to be a decision at some point to sort of, do we merge the branches back together
just
and so on. And I see
click
the
this.
comments. Again, some players are
live.
saying, "Oh, we should
Look.
have everyone back in
Look.
the same branch," and some
It's
players
got
are going to
so
say,
many
"I
of
want to keep going because I want to test new things and so on." Is there going to be a decision making made at some point? What's the current status at the moment? The idea is to keep the two separate, right?
Yes. We will keep them. There is no decision yet about how we will evolve it. No solid
Castle
stuff.
space.
So concerning what we will bring first, it's the stuff that will not break anything in the game.
Looks too
So
complicated.
we are speaking about scenarios made by players, about the single player modes, so campaign, and the
No
idea is
soul.
really to keep this intact and continue with, let's say, evolution of both, let's say, direction, and then we'll see where it will bring us.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that.
Sorry, I haven't been keeping
again,
up
the
with the
players will have
notes.
a
Did they say
big,
anything?
sort of
I
impact
feel
on
like they
that
haven't
as
said
well, because
anything.
on one hand we want to keep the PT going because it helps us dramatically in developing new features and make sure they're properly tested before going into the main branch. So it's got a specific.
No, dude, I'm
use,
engaged. I'm listening.
But how that use is going to be.
I'm
It's
engaged.
going to be future proof is another subject we'll have to cover later. Big topic we had in the pipeline for a long time: observer mode, spectator mode. Different names.
Thanks.
People call it. Where are we with that?
Yeah, well, PTE was a good thing that happened during the PTE was the tournament, community-driven tournament, which brought quite some attention, and that's a good point for us to speak about observers, spectator mode. It's really almost ready right now. We are finalizing the reconnect for it. So observers, they are going to be split into two, let's say, scopes. First scope is just the basic functions to allow players to observe the match from different perspectives. So there may be observers for Team Alpha, for Team Bravo, or neutral. Neutral observer will be able to switch between two different teams' point of view. And that's generally the first scope, just basic functions. Second scope would be to bring the information about each player's deck and economy
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
for visibility for everyone. So that's more, let's say, sports, cyber sport oriented functionality. But for that, it will come later. So we will
So still no date on that.
months after
Several
we
months.
deploy the first scope. That's the
All
plan.
right. I think you're making a very good point on the tournament. This was a tournament organized by members of the community, and we're observing the tournament's development and how players were really enjoying it.
There's no cheaters.
And the idea, of course, is to start doing more official tournaments in the future as well. Do you? And Spectator is a part of it. I guess Replays is going to be another part of it as well. But how do you? how long do you think it's going to be before we are able to sort of, make a like official tournament, or called, or at least for a test?
Well, I would say this summer. So the plan is from the production point of view is that first we release the gameplay patch, and after that we will make a, let's say, more technical oriented patch, which will bring some overhauls of some internal mechanics, not very interesting for players, but still that's our technical depth that we are working on. It will bring a spectator feature. It may bring some features in terms of stabilization of network and user experience with multiplayer games. So we are really aware of all the pains of the community, and I have a heavy heart reading all the Reddit posts about users that suffer from, let's say, inconvenience in the netcode. So we are really focused on fixing that in the upcoming time, and that's going to be like a first patch, and more patches to come too. Also, the technical patch will bring some quality of life improvements that we have been working for during last several months.
Like what?
I'm taking one of the comments here from Beat Bandit, who's asking for a wider understanding of what is going to happen.
Oh wow, that's
short-term,
actually from
long-term,
the
and so on.
chat,
So
right? From the
take this
actual chat.
opportunity to sort of, do we have the roadmap graphic that we're
Interesting.
we've got? Okay, so.
See, look, he has
Currently,
a separate guy in production. I don't have that.
Okay, this is. Do you see this, Nikita, or
Yes,
can you?
yes.
All right, cool. So basically, currently there's a number of quality of life improvements, like access to chat during preparation phase, ability to select enemy units, a number of things that you guys are working on that are, should we call them imminent, or are they like closer to now?
Yes,
Come on,
yes.
man, that's not a
Some
thing.
stuff here, it's like
Well, it
it's
is
in
what it
green,
is.
but not yet delivered.
Plant
They
and
will come
chat.
with the tech patch. Some stuff is still on, let's say, polishing phase, and
This
I can
might be
see
a real
that. By
person,
the way, we are missing one stuff here that we should add about the
maybe.
feedback on the orders. There is high chance that we will make it to the build, to the patch. So yeah, we would be really happy to introduce all these quality of life improvements in the upcoming tech patch.
What does that mean?
What are
Feedback on orders.
sort of in general more like feature-based improvements and updates that you're thinking of right now? So like line of sight tool, things like the unit statistics panel improvements, the UI improvements. How are you prioritizing these things? And
Yeah,
and what
he's
is
a
going
bit
to
less
be,
asleep, isn't he?
in the next patches as well?
Well, I would say that all the yellow quality of life they are in progress. So yeah, in some stuff that was really planned, some stuff like line of sight tool that was like we had a little breakthrough inside the tech team about it, but we still polished that. That generally how we proceed. Yeah, so all the features that we did not yet started, they are in the plan for this year, and I hope that we will deliver them all. So I see, for example, offline skirmish lobbies, that's something on the list, on the short list to be started. Yeah, like you see, we need to allocate like our resources between technical depth, between major features and small features, and that's generally how we proceed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, because that you're making this distinction, because I think that in in a grander scheme of things, you've got like a development team that's made of, of human beings. They've got to allocate resources to very specific tasks, and then you've got to integrate all these things and then test them and then deliver them. And every bit added to the game always adds an extra complexity to the code base, and everything. So it's a complex thing. But then on top of this work, there's the content work, which is of course DLC work. So you guys, I mean, the Russian spec DLC is the next coming. Anything you can say about it?
Well, we know what it is because of the data miners, right?
We're working on it. I would say that for some content is ready, some content is highly in progress. It will bring units, it will bring single player content. And we plan to
Wow, look at
release
that.
New
New
campaign
unit.
with it. It's going to be
Oh, it's going to have a
bit
campaign.
shorter, well, quite shorter. And it will happen on new maps. I'm really amazed about the locations we have chosen for the new map so far. So that's generally the plan for this DLC. And yeah.
So you're saying so there's going to be both single player and the unit. So it's going to be like a pretty meaty DLC, right? Not a small thing.
Food analogy DLC.
Yeah, it's our like as a junior title, we are progressing in each step a bit more than the first one. So let's say the official release, it was a big work made during several
AI
years.
filter.
We had time to develop it, to think in advance, several months, and here we are in quite.
I think you wanted to say
much
junior
shorter
studio,
terms,
right?
so we need to rebuild the company. It's what we are still doing, and
They need to
let's
fire
say
Flix.
move to a different rails of production, and that's a challenge for us, honestly. But yeah, we are working on that. So this DLC, it will bring more content if we compare with the Baltic Battalion, which didn't include any campaign so far.
That's really, really, really cool. Is there anything that you're like it's excites you more about what's coming up in the next few months that you're working on? I mean, approaching, I guess, the first anniversary of Broken Arrow, and going beyond that. What is it that that excites you more about the future of the game?
Well, I would say that for me, one of the most important
how many people are watching
is
this?
the Spectator Observer mode, which will allow the tournaments to happen in the big scheme, and that's
he's real, bro.
Really, I'm hoping for that.
Maybe,
but yeah, I would say second big stuff is the general overhaul of the game engine that we are making. I know that not much progress is seen, but like it will be visible in the long run, and our plan is the same. It's just that to make a very, very good
I don't know.
game,
I think he looks normal,
and we don't really count like pennies for that. We are happy to bring the community what they initially expected, even if with a bit of delay.
Yeah. So there's questions about the timing of all this, and we know that in the past we've done announcements on timings that we struggle to keep up with. Of course, it's hard to give timings for these changes, but I'm going to be sort of giving a wide sort of ballpark idea of the timing here. So patches and features like Spectator mode and so on. Are we expecting it? We are about where are we? Mid-May now, so we're expecting that stuff to happening this summer, right?
Yes. I would say the gameplay patch we expect it to be in 3 to 4 weeks at max, and the tech patch, it will follow it in much shorter term, I suppose.
Okay. And the Russian DLC, we cannot say exactly when, but again, ballpark, is it going to be, I said, I've seen a question, is it going to be this side of Christmas or, or it's like next year? We can definitely say it's happening this year. If nothing, breaks down, is that correct?
Yeah, I would say for Russian DLC, it's going to be end of summer. We aim for that. It can happen that it might be delayed, but well, anyway, we should be sure to deliver quite sufficient quality, and that's our objective.
Yeah, no,
End of
I
summer.
guess that it's
So
important.
August.
I mean, it's important sort of to say
You reckon?
our plans are to deliver
We'll see.
a patch in 4-6 weeks, then technical patch short after, and then DLC, Russian DLC
I need to claim my
end of
points.
this summer.
Wow.
That's our plan, and then of course, things can go in a different direction, but this is what we're planning, and I think we're with Baltic Battalion and PT. We got much better in staying within the timing. So I think that we're getting to the point where we can do a more confident planning. So hopefully good news for everyone in the next few weeks and months. June, July, August, end of summer is 21st of September. So we can aim for that. And you guys, we're going to update you in the next Broken Arrow live event, which is likely going to happen around the anniversary of the game in mid-June, so not a long time from now. Nikita, is there anything you wanted to add?
Well, I would add thank you for all our community. I just want to say that, yes, we are the one reading Reddit, reading Discord feedback. So your feedback is really amazing. We are reading your Steam reviews. We feel your pains, your hopes, and we are really working on to deliver you what the best gaming experience that we possibly can make. Yeah, thank you for your support, everyone.
Oh, you're welcome, mate.
Thank you, Nikita, for being with us. I guess I'll hopefully see you in the next live event, and hopefully, I mean, of course, this is going to be, it's recorded, so everyone who wasn't able to attend, it's going to be uploaded on YouTube and Twitch to check out later. Post your comments on the Discord and make sure you are giving us the positive vibes if you can, so that we can keep on working with our plans towards the release of these amazing things. Thank you very much for watching.
Got to spread some positive vibes.
Thank you, Marco.
Is that it? No, nothing happened again. Oh man, how long did that take? It was less than half an hour this time. Okay, they didn't really say anything once again, did they? I gotta tell you though, so they've made a. Let me summarize my thoughts. So, obviously, if you're expecting something to happen, you haven't watched any of these before, have you? But essentially, they're a new studio. For those of you who don't know the story, these guys, STB, were a former Wargame Red Dragon pro clan. I don't know how you would define pro, but they were a former Wargame Red Dragon clan that used to play a lot of team games and stack lobbies and stuff. And they wanted to make their own game, and I think that's very admirable. I'm making my own game. I've got my own game on Steam, right? It's absolutely nothing like Wano, but but Broken Arrow is nothing like Red Dragon, so that's all good. And so they wanted to make their own game. So they got Flix, the French guy who wasn't here today, the one everybody seems to not like. Here's my game, by the way. It's got a free demo if you want to check it out. It's supposed to be coming out in a month. We'll see if I might have to push that back. But so I got a lot of respect for people who play a game and they're like, I can do it better, and then or you know, I want to make my own game, right? So I understand that. I got a lot of respect for that because that's very difficult. And so they teamed up with the Flix, who was a former Wargame Red Dragon staff guy, right? He worked on Red Dragon, he worked on Steel Division 1. There's a bit of a story there. Basically, a bunch of the Eugen employees sued the company and left, and they kind of like salted the earth on their way out. So to this day, there are actually two Eugen Systems YouTube channels because one of the guys who left was the guy in charge of all their socials, and he didn't give them the password. He just walked off. And so, you know, I can't remember which one is the older one. I think this is the older one because it's got the old logo and all this. Yeah, so he just took it with him when he left. So they don't have access to that, and like they sued the company for unpaid overtime and all this. So there's two Eugen Systems YouTube channels now. And so Flix was one of, I believe he was involved in that. I don't know. You know, obviously, he probably wasn't the one who did that specific action. And so they went off to make their own game. Now, what they could do, 27th, didn't he say 21st? They're already pushing it back, bro. And so that's pretty cool. But what they should have done really is release it as an early access game, right? If they'd released it as an early access game and said, look, it's not finished yet, this is our first game, we're going to keep working on it, then I think the community reception would have been a lot more positive. But what they did instead was release it full price for like £50 or like $50. It depends which edition you bought and all this. And now they're like, okay, we'll fix it, we'll fix it. Well, look, you know, if you walk into a shop and somebody sells you a cake, and then they give you a moldy cake and say, well, look, come back in a year, we'll give you a better cake. Well, look, I already paid for this. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to do things that way. But I think that was more the publisher, right? Isn't that the publisher decision? How much a thing's going to cost? When's it going to come out? Right? So this game made over $13 million in just like raw money. Now, obviously, Steam takes a cut, taxes, etc., 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 etc. Everybody wants a piece of the pie, so you don't end up with £13 million, right? But basically, they made a lot of money out of. I don't want to call it a scam, but they definitely oversold the game. And now they're promising to fix it, and they haven't ran off with the money. Like they're still there, or at least they appear to still be there. We've received one DLC in a year. And nothing has really been fixed in this year, has it? Let's face it. But they appear to still be there. And so yeah, that's kind of my gripe with it, is that they were a bit disingenuous about it, and I paid for this game. They said they'd send me a key, and then they didn't send me it, so I paid for it. And then I asked them about it, and they sent me it. So I gave it to a friend, and I said, don't claim this if you're not going to play it, right? Because I could give it to somebody who wants to play it. And then he claimed it, and then he didn't play it. So I think that was a bit unfortunate, because obviously somebody else could have benefited from that. But anyway, so to go through what they actually spoke about, how much is £50 in stone? Yeah. I wouldn't drive and watch YouTube. I don't know about that. But yeah, basically they said the next Russian DLC, which we know what it is, by the way. I might as well just tell you now while you're here, even though I could make another video on it. I'm such a nice person. Anyway, go vote by post. What's it called? Data miner. Oh, I can just look through my own comment history and find it, because I commented on the post. The next spec is going to be the Russian Rosguardia, because the data miner found it. I will find the... I need to find it. Yes, here we go. So it's the Russian Defense Forces, like the Russian territorials, right? So I'll do a separate video on this, and that'll come out tomorrow at this time or something. But, you know, you can just go read this if you want. Obviously, guys, I could be getting so many more views if I made that a separate video, so that you can check this out. So this is the next spec. It's going to be the Russian Defense Forces. Obviously, all these are subject to change, but this is how they are in the notes. And then the one after that is going to be the U.S. Navy, because you saw the road map, right? I need to find the road map. Yes, Hearst Hero, incredible game, free demo, check it out. It's free, no complaining, it's free. Anyway, if you saw the road map, I just need to, yeah, and then I just control F road map, and it doesn't work because I'm retarded. Well, I tried my best, guys. It's in here somewhere. Road map, there you go. So the one after this is going to be the USA spec, and that's going to be the US Navy. So you can block the Straits of Hormuz, and you know, look, I don't see the Iranian school kids. Maybe they're slightly off camera, but so yeah, you can I guess Tomcats and stuff. And he talks about it might be a girl, but I mean that has very low probability. of like the MiG-31s with nukes and things like this, and so I'll do a separate video on that. There was, I could have sworn there was more. It's weird. Maybe they deleted the second image or something. Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn there was a second image here. Yeah, that's weird. Post below. Maybe it's down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and there's like some placeholder units like Tom Crap, Lamau, Yak 130s, A6 Intruders, Growlers, KA60s, MiG-31, Bad Manners, Super Hornets, spelt incorrectly and stuff like that. So, you know, and then some like Navy SEALs and stuff like that. So that's the next thing. When's Nemesis 7? I got no idea. They said this Thursday there'll be a dev blog that isn't part of the Tropic Thunder DLC. Sorry, we're talking about Wano now. So we'll see what that is. But I don't know. Obviously, if I did know, I couldn't tell you. But if I did know, I think I could tell you that I know. I don't know. Anyway, to recap what they actually spoke about, and then we can all go do something else. About a third of players, right? So the DLC, the next DLC, with the Russian Rosguardia, as we know, is going to have its own campaign, which is cool, and there's going to be spectator mode by the end of the summer, right? Because didn't they say so that there's going to be an official tournament this summer as well after the observer mode gets added? Because I've cast games, I cast a tournament grand finals, not this one, the last one, on this wonderful, wonderful Broken Arrow game. And the way that worked is that they all sat in Discord. I'll show you it. They all sat in Discord. Right, Broken Arrow tournament. Man, this sucks. DLC reveal. Ah, there it is. They all sat in Discord, live streaming their perspectives, and then I had to skip through the perspective. So, like, this guy obviously had a very bad PC, and then, you know, then we would skip to somebody with a good PC, and, like, some of them didn't have sound, and it was just like, man. It was like the worst experience ever. It was just a bunch of them sat in the Discord. I'll see if I can find. Yeah, here, look, here it is. You can see them all at the bottom there. They're all just sat. Look, that's completely unacceptable. So it is what it is. You can go watch it if you want, but so them adding that's going to be a big deal, right? Anyway, let's go through this in order, right? So the player count's been going up. I can confirm that if we go on sorry. Steam charts Broken Arrow. So this one is bugged. That's from the playtest. Oh, it's going back down again. Okay, well, May's not over yet, but as you can see, when Broken Baltic Battalion came out, whatever, it went up 27%. And then when the PT came out, it went up 37% off that 27%, so that's obviously a big deal. I'm not sure what this was. Oh, that's the January. That's the Christmas sales, right? That's the Christmas sale, which ran into January. Um, and so it's going up. Like, I mean, 4,500. Like, let's be honest. Like Wano, it's like one quarter of that. Look, so and look at we went down. It's over. It's over. But yeah, so it is definitely a bigger game than Wano. I personally believe that's because of the marketing and the setting, right? If Wano was modern times, Ukraine war, whatever, then I think everybody would be playing it. But I think it's mainly the marketing, right? There's no dev live stream things for Wano. They're just like, guys, we're in Cuba and nobody gives a shit. So anyway, back to it. Sorry, I should check the chat, shouldn't I? Um, Look at Broken Arrow Discord. Why? Somebody posted pornography there. Which tab should I be looking at? I'm looking at it. Nothing is there. It's just yeah, one of the things that was on one of those screenshots was this tank without a main gun, right? We saw that, so that's cool. They released photos. Oh, okay. Well, great. Yeah. So, guys, I could make a separate video. Money, 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 money. What's going on? I have fast internet, right? So this is the Sama, which is presumably surface-to-air launcher. You guys will have to tell me. And then we've got the grey screen. That's truly inspirational. How big are these images? And that is some Mad Max type shit. So yeah, it's like I mean, it's not in Wano, so I don't know what it is, but it's obviously a wheeled APC, and you can put ZU-23s on it because they put those on everything, and this is like the BRDM2 turret and stuff like that, so that's interesting. I'm sure M1, A1, Mega Abrams, whatever, won't be able to one-shot that because nothing ever happens in this game. Then here's the T-72A, which I thought was already in the game, but no, it's a different T-72. This is obviously new back here. This tank without a gun thing, right? And it's just got two like cords on it. I don't know what those are. And then yeah, I mean, I wish it would. If it was a good piece of software, it would obviously preload the next image, but it's not. It's not. So, tigers, we know tigers. So yeah, you could get one with a cord and a grenade launcher or whatever. This is some sort of autocannon turret. They've got smoke on them, as you can see. It's very common. I'm not sure what that back one is. I think that might just be this from a different angle. Although it's got a chain on it. Is there a chain on this one? No, it's a box. Wow, incredible. Truly inspirational. And then, yeah, wow. I mean, maybe I could, it's like do that and then, yeah. So, oh, tigers with iglas or verbas or whatever they're called. And that's got a regular gun and some iglas, right? These are the same one, I think. And then this is like just loads of iglas or whatever the upgraded igla is called. And then you get one with look it tigers with coordinates on them. And the tiger with a short range ballistic missile. No, it's something else. SBRM. So that's some sort of modern turret. I don't know what caliber that is. I'm sure. I mean, to be honest, these sort of light things with massive guns on them are very, very funny in Broken Arrow because although I don't see any smoke on this one, generally like nothing dies in one hit. So the enemy mega tank shoots you, and then you just kill it from the side armor or the rear armor while driving around it in circles, and you cost 10 points or whatever. So it's always a good thing. So yeah, that was some stuff, and then uh, I would like Wano to add more things which don't exist. Frankly, it beats having another T-55, but I get it. Some people don't like that. So yeah, they're not merging the branches yet, and they didn't really say when that was happening. And then they said observer spectate mode will be several months. Then they spoke about the tournament, which was not the tournament I just showed you. There was another tournament which I wanted to cast the finals for, but it was happening like the day Landjuk came out or something, and I was just like, whatever. Or I was like visiting family or something. I mean, who cares, honestly? And there's going to be an official tournament after a gameplay patch, so that's cool. And there'll be a technical patch after the gameplay patch, which will, try and stabilize network connectivity and add quality of life features such as being able to chat during the preparation phase. Whoa. And feedback on orders. So I guess, like, don't they say things when you right click anyway? Like, they're, get out in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes. And it's like the first time you hear it, it's like, wow, cool. And then the 50th time, it's like, anyway, they're going to rework the LOS tool. The LOS tool in Broken Arrow is to define it as garbage would be an understatement. It goes like 500 meters and it doesn't even work properly. Like it's not correct, and it doesn't go very far, and it doesn't give you a range tool. And it's been a year since the game came out. It's been 3 years since the first beta, or however long we've been here, and it's still, yeah, well. And they haven't started working on offline skirmish lobbies. So if you play skirmish against AI, you are actually connected to the internet, and then if something happens to your internet connection, you get kicked out. The next DLC will be the Russian spec. Spoke about that already. It's going to have a campaign and maps. That's cool. Saw the screenshots. It's going to be bigger than Baltic because of the campaign, I suppose. And they're talking about overhauling the game engine. The sort of thing you would do in an early access title and not a... Yeah, well. So they said 3 to 4 weeks max on the gameplay patch, and then technical patch shorter term after that, which means basically it should be less than another 3 to 4 weeks, is what I took to mean from that. And then the Russian DLC will be by the end of the summer, 21st of September. I mean, we'll see. They weren't really committed strongly to that, as you noticed. And then the next one of these, where we love to get together, will be on the one year anniversary of Broken Arrow, which is it's in June sometime, right? 19th of June. So I guess unless you've got any burning questions, I will see you in the 19th of June, I guess. Yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day, and nothing really happened, but hey, I hope you had a comment on player retention. I mean, they said, it's obviously going down again, but it's still higher than Wano, right? It's higher than Wano. It's higher than Wano, therefore it's gooder than Wano, right? If only these French people hired a community manager, but we've just covered why they don't, because they have PTSD from this guy who locked them out of their own YouTube channel and all this crap, so... Anyway, release number. Yeah, well, this is the power of marketing, right? Yeah, so it's gone from being 10 times more to 4 times more. I think that's a good point, actually. It's gone from being 10 times more to 4 times more. Yeah, roughly. So the gap is closing. Tell you what's doing well. Ruse. Ruse. What? Yes, I've clearly made this mistake before, apparently. Oh, it's gone down. It's over. It's over. But yeah, Ruse re-released, and obviously this is incredible. Yeah. The fact that they're charging so much for that is honestly beggars belief. I got it for free, so like £26 is about 30 euros, right? About 30 euros. So I don't know how many dollary dues that is. It's probably 30 again because they like ripping us off. And yeah, like it's a 16-year-old game and they're charging 30 euros for it. But hey, people are buying it. 96% positive, so this is just the age we live in, right? People can charge a lot. Hearst Hero, though, will be less than $5. Hearst Hero, guys. Hearst Hero on Steam. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Is Ruse any good? The campaign was okay. I haven't finished it yet, but I played a little bit on stream. You can check it out, actually, if you just want to see if it's any good. It's mainly me complaining, but isn't that every video? And it's got like full motion cutscenes, and like it's actually fun. I should play it more, but it's like, I should do a million other things. So anyway, this time I actually am going. See you around.